Feî-ué was a sneaker brand originally produced in Shanghai, China, in the 1920s. Today, they are still produced in China. Since 2006, Feî-ué was also a French-owned company, separate from the original Chinese company. Contents. What the brand name means. Feî-ué, simplified Chinese, traditional Chinese, pinyin, Feiyue, means to fly over or to traverse. This meaning is reflected in the slogan of the brand, flying forward, and evokes a dual elevation, which can also be translated simply as elevation of body and mind. History of Feî-ué. Feî-ué, pronounced Feiyue, originated in Shanghai in the 1920s, and are manufactured by a company called DaFu. They became famous during the 30s for their robustness, flexibility, and comfort, which were considered essential requirements for martial arts and various forms of athletics. The shoes are a staple for almost all wushu practitioners and athletes in China, with the shoes even being used by numerous shaolin monks and kung fu masters. Feî-ué continued to be popular for numerous decades, with hundreds of thousands of shoes manufactured by the original factory over the course of its lifetime, continuing to the present day. The shoes are a popular export, with numerous foreign martial arts clubs and schools importing them as the standard shoes for their students. According to Chinese tradition, Feî-ué symbolizes the dual elevation of both body and mind. With the opening up of China and the associated cultural and economic changes, this sneaker was gradually forgotten, and began to lose prominence in China. In 2005, Patrice Bastien, an entrepreneur living in Shanghai, decided to team up with a group of artists to recreate the brand name with the intention of improving the image and appearance of Feî-ué. Nicolas Segura and Clement Forth were part of his team to redesign Feî-ué for the contemporary Western consumer. In February 2006, they launched the first French-designed Feî-ué collection. Distinctions between the Chinese and French versions. Both the original Chinese versions of the Feî-ué shoes and redesigned French versions have a number of differences. The differences include: 1. Sole of the shoe. The sole of the Chinese Feî-ué shoe contains reduced padding on the bottom of the shoe, which is considered desirable for running and jumping. The sole of the French version has richer padding on the bottom, and is designed for more general-purpose use. 2. Canvas material of the shoe. The canvas material of Chinese Feî-ué shoe is thin, resulting in a large range of ankle flexibility. The martial arts application requires a wide range of foot motion. The canvas material of the French version is much thicker. 3. Color of the shoe. The Chinese Feî-ués originally came in only two colors, black and white, and also come in high and low version of each. And it is also lack of styles, only with simple stripes with some different colors. Now Feî-ué China has expanded its range to a range of colors and styles. Overall, the Chinese Feî-ués are designed as martial arts shoes, and the French Feî-ués are meant to be casual shoes. Feî-ué shoes in popular culture. Feî-ué shoes currently enjoy cult status as both a fashion item and as a shoe for martial artists. Feî-ué shoes had returned into the spotlight after actor Orlando Bloom had been spotted wearing the shoes, causing a resurgence in interest for the brand. The shoes were also worn by a number of performers during the opening of the 2008 Beijing Olympic Games, showing that they are still in common use in China. The shoes can also be seen in the music video for Foster the People's Pumped Up Kicks. Chronology. 1920s. That cloth shoe is manufactured in China. This was to later evolve into Feî-ué years later. In 1958, DaFu Rubber Company designed and produced a kind of civil jifang shoe known as Feî-ué. These were a modification of the cloth shoes used by the shaolin monks. The modification of the cloth-bound rubber shoes Feî-ué shoes officially entered the market in 1959. In 1963, using Feî-ué and double arrow labeled chevron with off Feî-ué track and field, Feî-ué became the best-selling shoes in China with an output of 1,616,000 pairs, which is also prevailing in the market today. In 1963, 1977, 1985, the classic rubber shoes successively received Shanghai level and the national level awards of footwear in China. National famous indoor football coach Su Jianbao and player Qi Han participated in the contests wearing Feî-ué track and field shoes. Feî-ué sports shoes was awarded as Shanghai's top brand name product several times in the 1980s. 2005, a French company starting producing its own unlicensed version of Feî-ué. On attempts to expand to China, it was refused by the Chinese government on grounds. In 2009 the DaFu Rubber Company reorganized and sold the rights to make Feî-ué to the Shanghai Group Co. Limited, who leased manufacturing back to DaFu and another manufacturer Top One, both traditional producers of Feî-ué shoes. The shoes are continued to be used today in China for general lifestyle and leisure, training, running, especially for martial arts and military training, and are used by touring shaolin monks around the world. They are also popular worldwide amongst practitioners of parkour for their lightweight, thin sole, and flexibility.